Top one, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If? What if Zuko was Angry Lord or Infinity or no, Anger of the Infinity Lord. So its full name, if you really want to know, is What If Deku was cheated on and became an goddess? Basically, So, or yeah. So, let's begin with some reason why I'm making this video. Or making this video, yeah. So, reason why you guys really enjoy them. You guys really enjoy the What If Deku was or became a Nomu or had a sister and became a Nomu segment. But yeah. So so I decided to make, and plus also another reason is that you guys on YouTube always makes like, what if Deku was cheated on? Because every time I go on what if things, there's always that one or two videos of what if Deku was cheated on. And like all that stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it in my own way. So, but instead of calling it that, it's called What If Deku was the Anger of the Nuns. Yeah. So that's my reason. I'm sticking to it. So, yeah. So now, let's begin. I'm also adding Zumi into this what if. And Zuko does have a quirk in this what if. So, yeah. So then, let's begin. Zuko, being, or Zuko and Zumu, oh my goodness. Zuko and Zumi, he was being born, or is born, and yeah. So, Zuko had many powers, because normally, in this alternate timeline, compared to the what if before, like yesterday's what if, is called What If Deku. Or so, yeah. In that universe was that people had to be born at, or when they hit age of 1, then their powers manifest. So that same rules applies. But Inko and Asashi didn't know about it. Because they don't have, like, powers. Like what? Yeah. They only have quirks. So, Zuko and Zumi went to the quirk doctor. I'll just use this image. Because I like this image. Because it's used to be part of a, like, it's just still up for debate of, like, Tatsumi from a comic gets kills, owns TV show or anime of torturing me with his death. But me, I created that just for the dumb fun of it. So if you guys don't want to watch that one or haven't watched it, go check it out. It's pretty cool. So yeah. So now let's begin. So now we'll get on track. So the basically, yeah. So Zuko and Zumi went to the quirk doctor. And the quirk doctor tells Zumi that she has a quirk, and yeah. So, yeah. So she tells, or so the quirk doctor tells Zumi that she has a quirk, and then there's a common theme in these what ifs that I always make is that the quirk doctor tells Zuko, basically like lies to him about him being okay. So yeah. So let's see how long this video took, because I don't know if I'm talking correctly because I keep hearing the dogs in the background, so that's why I'm like, okay, because that's not okay with me. So, so the, yeah, so, and if you guys don't hear it, it's just, yeah. So Zuko was there. He went in silence because he's angry. And yeah. So Zuko, so after the quirk doctor, so he was still in the family, but his parents doesn't like talk to him. They cut off all the communications to him. So he goes to his and yeah. So Zuko ends up so he knows that his friends were dating each other's because Zuko was. So Ochako goes for Bakugo instead of Zuko. Because, yeah. So Zuko was pretty sad. He has no one else to turn to. But one night, when he went to bed, in his dream, he saw a monster that was bigger than him, or should I say way taller than him. And in his sleep, he said, Zuko? As a monster looks at him with cold, dead eyes. And no one... he didn't run away. He stand there on his guard as he tells Zuko, or Zuko tells the Doomsday Zuko, because he could tell it was Zuko because of green hairstyle. So when he told, or he sat down, as the Doomsday tells him, as he could sense Zuko is an alternate version of him. So Doomsday, hey Zuko, sat down. So you're an alternate version of me. Right? Yes. You're, as Zuko says, in my world, I have no one else to turn to. As he thinks, because Zuko actually has a power of infinity and zero, and like volcano power, or eruption, should I say? That, or multiverse eruption. What it means is basically he can't control himself when he erupts like a volcano. Just his anger. So when Zuko tells the Doomsday, I'll just say Doomsday because it's, Doomsday Zuko. Because that's confusing, even to my brain. So, Doomsday and Zuko, were pretty powerful. So, yeah. So, Doomsday looks at Zuko. And I forgot to mention, in this What If universe, Doomsday Zuko that he met wasn't the same compared to, like, the other people's What If. Like, What If Deku was Doomsday one shot, basically. Yeah. Where it's kind of has that same, like, story behind him. But, Zuko in this What If, or Zuko in this, or Doomsday Zuko in this What If, is much more calmer than that one. So, when Doomsday him says, let's be friends. That's, as Zuko says, if you be my friend, I'll restore what you lost. Oh. As Doomsday heard that, because Doomsday Zuko's been lost at a lot of things. His own family, or his own mother got killed, and he got turned into a Nomu and killed everybody. And he walks up and tells him it was, can you? Yeah, I can. And, okay? Sure, let's be friends. Because being alone for these many years, and can you fix my body? As he looks at his hand, sure. When we meet again, okay? I promise. As he pulls out a pinky and, like, made a pinky promise to him. So, yeah. So, it's a final goodbyes. So, Zuko gets out, or gets up, as he says, as he gets up, out of bed. He did his. He woke up super early, so he's not, or he got dressed and he goes to the quirkless school because of time skip of 15. And no, it wasn't because he slept super hard. It's so Zuko says as he is happy, he's grinning like what Ochako is in this one scene. Or in this one, I don't know, look at her face. Yeah. So, but the quirks, or the students are like, you're in a good mood today. Yeah. I'm always in a good mood. It's just I never show it. Really? Yeah. So then the quirkless school starts, and they're not even late. They're just, he was prepared before. As he, or one of the quirkless says, you want to hang out? Sure. But I have some errands to run. And so Zuko goes and, maybe next time? Sure. Or maybe tomorrow, I promise. Sure. So then Zuko runs off into a hallway, or into like a dark hallway, where no one even hear a killer staying. So Zuko teleports to the Doomsday world. As he shows up, sorry I was late, my way. I had to go to school. As Doomsday looks at him, you're okay. So, can you fix? Sure. So then Zuko takes a deep breath as he uses his powers on Doomsday so that as it fixed him all the way, but Doomsday Zuko, who went from being this to being like back to human form. As so now Zuko goes over where like he literally goes over, or he flies up and says as he did take away the all for ones, or not all for ones, the evolution quirk with all the quirks that were fused with inside of it, and away so that but it replaced it with the flame control. So yeah, as he uses his powers, as he gets angry, as he used all of his power, and he basically fixed the world. Like, basically, there's this one scene where he brought everybody back from the dead. Not as zombies, but as, like, he rewinds history back to the way it was. So, so Zuko was, but the only person, so Zuko walks over to the court doctor that was revived. You know? And, yeah. He took away the gun part before her and added, like, a lollipop thing. So that the green lollipop, because it's Zuko's favorite. So, yeah. Because after he brought everyone back from the dead and undo, like, basically he literally undo the curse on the Doomsday Zuko version, as he says, as Doomsday Zuko looks at him with human eyes instead of the monster eyes. Because he actually, Zuko also did one other thing with him. He basically gave him the abilities to transform into the Doomsday Zuko, or into the monster, at his own will. Not have to go on a rampage. Only at his will. He doesn't have, like, the bottle of hatred. It doesn't connect to his emotions, but his own, if he wants to. So yeah, so Doomsday Zuko hugs Zuko and thanks him for it. And so when he left, or when Zuko left, and Zuko was pretty happy about, or Doomsday Zuko is happy that he made a friend that remembers who he is. So when he came back to his world, he feels much better. As the, yeah. So then but when Zuko did, of course, the power of evolution with all the quirks that were infused with it, Zuko's power or turned it into his own personal daughter. And her name was the Destruction. Yeah. Doomsday Zuko and Destruction. Yeah. Her name is just Destruction. She's a daughter of Zuko Midoriya. And yes. And she is wearing underwear. That's, yeah. So, but Zuko didn't know that he gave birth to a monster that it looks like, because she actually is human. Or she's about the same size as like Mountain Lady's transformation, because her little form, like her toddler form, looked like a kid. But when she was a kid, she looked like a teenager. Yeah. So, and don't ask me how I did the putting two Zukus together to create like Doomsday, or not Doomsday, the Destroyer. So he is happy that he was kind of happy that, or he's kind of confused. Like all of his emotions slammed into each other's. Half of him is happy that he has a daughter, but the other half of him is like disappointed in himself. And the other half is completely confused of why as it goes over. He did take his daughter for a walk because he wants her to be with, as everybody's like confused of who she is. But he doesn't tell them. So the monster, so he goes to the Quirkless school. As he does call his own daughter on her after school, or he does visit with her, as she's like hungry and it won't be okay. So then the Zuko was basically kept her a secret because because his parents cut off all the communications to him. His friends, like the quirked friends of his, doesn't even know that he had a daughter, or his daughter. So even, Quirkless doesn't even know. The only people that do know is only himself. Yeah. And Doomsday Zuko. Or not Doomsday Zuko. Just himself. So, a time skip to the heroes versus villains. Or should I say sports festival. So, after the race thing and cavalry battle and the fight one, or let's say Bakugo versus, or because Bakugo was the first winner, and so everybody, Or so Mountain Lady says, whoever wants to challenge the number one hun, because hun, go right ahead. As Zuko, or as nobody wants to, but Zuko raises his hand. I will. Come on down, whoever you are. I'm Deku. It's an honor. As Zuko gets up out of his chair, as everybody says, as they all know, Deku's quirkless. As Bakugo knows that it's just a slaughterhouse for him. Me with a quirk versus the quirkless. Huh. You might be wrong, actually, Bakugo. The power hour. Ezuku's thing says, I have to prove myself that I can beat you, Bakugo. Because no one else believes in me. So, Ezuku's is until I made my friend, or so I met my own new friend. As he takes a breather, as Bakugo's like confused, where's a confused face? Bakugo made, you don't have friends, as Bakugo says. As Zuko says, and thank you for giving me this words of encouragement. As Zuko's eyes start to, like, glow. I'm trying to find the specific picture. As Zuko's eyes start to glow, as everyone sees the transformation of his own. As Zuko's is what he took the evolution quirk with all the quirks that were stored inside of it into his own. He also, or because of power of infinity, gave it a new ability. It's called Infinity Evolution. It's basically a evolved form of it. As Zuko's eyes, as Zuko's powerful, as he made where is that picture? He made Bakugo scared. To the core. As Zuko says to Bakugo, you think you're the one that you're trying to go beyond everyone that no one, but you should treated me with kindness. As Zuko's is power, or as Zuko used it on Bakugo. As Bakugo is getting beaten around like a little rag doll. Blood dripping from his mouth. Every hit Zuko deals out caused Bakugo blood spewing blood from his eyes, his nose, his mouth, his ears, even his own skin. Ezuku says, the no one calls me quirkless because I knew that quirkless was a lie to me. As everyone, I mean, okay, let's check this, check. Yeah, first is, everyone was shocked. I'm trying to find the picture of the, yeah. 1, 2, 3, nope. This one, nope. This one, nope. Sorry. So, I'm trying to find the picture of the, yeah. Well, let's say this one. As everyone was shocked of how brutal, he is. As he says, as he stops his attack before he could have finished Bakugo off if he wanted to. But he says, but I chose, I know I don't, you're weaker than every single one of them. Holding the power. And everyone can't even believe how powerful Zuko, or this kid, is. And he turns his little sights to Zuko and tells Zuko, or no, Zuko tells him, Zuko tells Bakugo that was born with a power of infinity and zero. And the multiverse, or rage of the universe. So as everyone, when they heard what powers he was born with, they went from ha 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 to, oh crud, no, this kid has what? As some of them are like confused, as they're like, yeah, even Bakugo can't even believe that his own friend was the most powerfulest person in the universe. And every single person that was at the sports festival was either scared, and some of them fainted because how powerful, when they heard of what power Zuko was born with. And because in this universe, the one that's not in the Doomsday world, but in this world, there's tier lists of quirkless, quirks, and powers, or abilities and then powers. So But there was everybody was like, okay, we're all been born with quirks, and quirkless. But then when they saw the abilities, dang, they changed their whole appearance or opinions, going from, you guys are quirkless, you guys are quirked, you guys are quirkless, as to what the heck? You're the most powerfulest person in the universe. And Zaku was, yeah, the and Bakugo had, or no, was looked down upon by Zuko because one, he was bleeding from his eyeballs, his nose, his mouth, and there was some like bones broke, or some are cracked, like his ribs are cracked, and yeah, his own, as he can't even move his own body because how much pain. And Zuko was like, got it. Yeah, it wasn't out of jealousy because Ochako chose Bakugo over him. No. It's because he was angry at everybody mistreated him as quirkless. As then he says, I think he's mobile. Oh, he can't even talk. As he grabs Bakugo by the head, or by the throat, instead of like strangling him, just drags his bloody body and tossed it out of the ring. As everyone knows that don't mess with the powers of infinity and zero. As everybody's like, oh crud, this kid is on a whole nother level of it. So yeah. And Zuko says, that was dumb fun. I'm out. I came to here to watch my own sister, or actually watch Zumi, him. So, and I had to, beat up Baku, to prove to myself, only to myself, that I wasn't weak, like most of you think. And Zuko was basically has made everybody go from like, okay, to what the heck? Yeah. So after Zuko left, Bakugo they got him to the recovery girl, and yeah, recovery girl was like, man, you look like you're in a bad shape, Bakugo. As All Might, or not All Might, the music mic, or no, let's say one of the robots says he can't speak because he, it was a brutal attack. Yeah. So then he goes and visits with his daughter because he actually treats her as because he actually gave birth to her. So, yeah. So, because of, yeah. And at that point, she was only at age of 4. Yeah. Or not 14, but 4 years old. And she saw her own father brutally. Like, she thought he was going to kill her or kill that guy off. And she was cheering on him. Ezuku was basically was like, daughter, I'm home. Battle! I was trying to use the high-pitched voice of a girl's voice. When, so she says, Dad, you're home, yeah. And, yeah. So, basically, yeah. Zuko is pretty happy. Did you take your anger out on that man? Yeah. He was actually one of my friends, so I wouldn't kill him. But Zuko still sees Bakugo as a friend after he basically did what he did. Yeah. So he ends up, because they live in a pocket universe. What it means is basically his own daughter couldn't go outside because of his power. So he goes to the Quirkless school, as everybody's, except for his friends, were scared of him. But they all, his friends walked up and be like, man, you're such a powerhouse, aren't you? Yeah. And plus, I need to take my anger out on someone. That Bakugo kid, yeah, was one of my friends. As he had, a lot of classmates that knew or didn't know that Bakugo was his friend. As he says, because they all know that Bakugo really don't like lower ranks people, like underlings. He doesn't like them. So Bakugo, all of his friends, or Zuko's friends, were like, man, so you've been the powerhouse since you were born? Yes. And so off screen, I forgot to mention. So off screen, Zuko does go to the Quark Doctor, and in his universe, Not in Doomsday's universe. Because, yeah. The Zuko went to there and said, or actually, he killed the Quark Doctor off. Right then and there. He did grab him by the throat, and he says that you'll be the only one. As he killed him off screen, so no more Quark Doctor. So, yeah. So then he goes, or who was with him was none other than his own daughter was with him at a time. As Zuko, tosses the Quark Doctor's body away. It was disintegrated before. So, as he says, no. As he looks at the destroyer, his own daughter, and tells her, have fun. Destroy this entire place if you want. Yay! As she's happy about it, as she's just causing mayhem. Like she's destroying everything. But before she did, he did download all the information onto 2 thumb drives so that So then she destroys everything. And she's so happy by destroying everything in the lab. Boom, 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 boom. And she was like pretty good at, because her name, like she lives up to her name of Destroyer. So then when did you have fun? Yes. So then she basically got put in, so after they left, All for One shows up, and because he was angry because Zuko disarmed the cameras so that no one knows why. So All for One shows up and he sees a destroyed place. Like everything was destroyed all at once. And All for One was in his prime, actually. I forgot to mention. As he turns around, he looks down, and he sees his own, Quark Doctor or dead body. Or should I say ashes, with his coat and shoes. Yeah. And he says, who done this? And why? So then, so Zuko, so Nezu, whom does, this transfer. So he transfers Zuko over to UA. As as he says, So Zuko transfers over to Class 1A into UA. As every student heard, the powerhouse is going to Class 1A with them. As because they know that if as Mr. Aizawa was like, man, we all know if Bakugo shows up, he's a dead man. Azuku they properly introduced themselves. Azuku says, as he's kind heart, he's not on a rampage. As he says, hi, I'm Zuko Midoriya. Or I'm Deku. He doesn't use Midoriya because that part was stolen or took by his parents, so he doesn't call himself Midoriya. He's called Deku. Through the entire thing. As he says, it's good to see you all again. So then the camp arc, as no one knows about his daughter but himself. So yeah. So everybody's like, okay. As they know that when he gets angry, they would probably end up in the hospital. So Bakugo was fully recovered. Ochako was still dating Zuko. Or no, Bakugo. So, yeah. Zuko was because he sees the camp arc or camp area like as he means, is it truth or dare thing. So they played truth or dare. And so they all did like truth for Zuko and to know him better. And and plus some of them are being like friends with him. Because Dark Shadow became friends with him. Mina, Invisible Girl, Tenya, and like rest of them became friends with him. And he says, as inside of his head, or actually, he has a communicator thing. He gets a phone call as he knows who it's every time. He says, hey, little destroyer. As little destroyer's like, I'm hungry. Well, it'll be... Just wait. So he's like, if I have to deal with like 3 people between Bakugo, the Doomsday Zuko, or Doomsday, or the destroyer, I would had better chances with Bakugo over those two. As they're like, who's Doomsday and who's Destroyer? Oh, let me properly introduce you to her. Them, the Destroyer is the girls, or my. Okay, and the Doomsday team is actually an alternate version of me. As everybody's like, wait, an alternate version of you called Doomsday? Well, not exactly. See, deku is my name. Name. My. Should I say my real name? Because has been stuck with it. But Zuko is actually you actually know one. Or actually, you don't know. Oh, see, as he looks at Zumi, your parents should have kept. Or actually, he kept. Or he says that Doomsday Zuko is his name. He's an alternate version of me. As they can't believe it. They're in shock. They can't believe that someone. Yeah, and he's more powerful and dangerous than all of you put together. He even killed his own. Or he killed his own alternate versions of all of you from his world. As Mina and the rest of them are like, what? Their eyes are like, what? Yeah. So when Bakugo was like, oh, crud. You're saying, Zuko, that there's an alternate version of you that could kill all of us by itself? Yeah. He really did kill all of his versions of you guys. So, we both made an agreement that if I fixed his world or reset everything back, then me and him will be friends. So then, yeah. So, yeah. So then, he cooks up some delicious steaks and some french fries and, yeah. As he uses his own powers, as he unzips to unlock his or to his pocket universe thing. Come on out, sweet pea. As she comes out, and she looks like a same size as Chaco at this point, because she's at age of 4, a kid. As when they all saw her, they were stunned. So, who is this girl? Oh, she's my daughter. Actual daughter. As everybody just froze as they could not believe it. So, yeah. I know this is just a fill-in part because normally I would have just been like the skip over this arc, but yeah. As he guides the destroyer, this, or after he properly introduced her to, as she says, hi, as she does it in a high pitched voice. Oh. Yeah. As everybody's like waving back and saying hi. And then Zuko took her to the little dinner table thing and puts a little bib on her. As she, like, basically, as she starts eating, like, she's tore the flesh of the meat off, and yeah, as everybody was still stunned. As everybody's like, whoa, hold on. As one of them turns to look at to Zuko and said, "How? She's your daughter?" That's trying to find that stupid image of so Ochako can't believe that Zuko, who has a daughter, and basically Zuko explains the whole like situation of the. Remember the Doomsday that I told you about being friends with? Yeah. I fixed his power, or his quirk, that he was given by a quirk doctor. So I basically took it and replaced it with the flame one. Flame manipulation. I believe that's what Zumi is, or has. Right? Yeah. So then so he explains that the power of his infinity and zero evolved it in a Nomu kind of way. But instead of having a brain showing, it was a full-size human. Or like a toddler that could age or de-age, basically. As everybody can't believe, they're still like a little bit stunned that the quirk or the power could do that. And that turns someone's quirk into and as one of them says, or Mr. Aizawa says, what did a quirk doctor give to your Doomsday, Zuko? I remember it was all of the quirks, as his own daughter talks with her mouth full. Evolution. Quirk. Where's your manners? As she's like, sorry. And she apologizes to her father So, yeah. So Zuko was basically pretty strong, and he loves his daughter, but man, sometimes he needs to teach her some manners. So, yeah. So, Zuko was pretty powerful. So, evolution quirk. Yeah, with all the quirks combined. So, plus, because when I took it away from Doomsday Zuko, and but it evolved into her. She's basically a Nomu class, or she's a Nomu. And she's also my daughter. And they can't believe it, that this kid is on a whole nother level. So, yeah. Oh, how long is this? Oh, yep. That's okay. So Zuko goes. So now it's All Might versus All for One, and All for One says, "Okay, I think it was you that did it, because I don't know who else could break into the Quirk Doctor's lab and kill him and destroy all of it." As All Might's like, I'm not responsible for it. Who did? As All for One used his Omega Beam, like basically the power from his hand, as a kid comes out of nowhere with his daughter, as he absorbs the attack, as he says, name, as Zuko did ask Doomsday Zuko if to like play video games thing, and yeah, but both Zukus were on each side of Destroyer. Yeah, her name is called Destroyer. So, yeah. So, Doomsday Zuko and Zuko were like, this kid is on a whole. Or as Zuko, they're the one that I'm talking about. This world's one. Absorbs the attack, as he says, "It was us." Ready, Doomsday Zuko? Ready, Destroyer? Let's cause some mayhem on All for One. Yay! As she's happy, as she's running, as Destroyer transforms and goes in and punches All for One around like a little ragdoll. As Zuko's like, as they, all three of them, like, because because All for One in his prime, or prime All for One, it was way stronger than All Might, but he was no match for the three most powerfulest broken people. Technically, there would be two, but who's really counting? So, yeah. All for One got his butt kicked around. And, yeah. Now it's time to. Zuko uses his own quirk. Ready? And he went and evolved into a flaming Doomsday Zuko. The flaming Doomsday. Basically, Pyro Knight from Ben 10, Heat Blast, fused with Doomsday. Yeah. as but it's more rainbow colored, like green flames and dark green. As Zuko punches Doomsday, or no, Doomsday Zuko punched All for One, or Prime All for One, out of existence. As Zuko, whom as both Zuko's D4, or no, split it back to two, as both of them are like, huh. As, did we win? Yep. As they did a celebration. Hun? Yeah. He doesn't need, or because how much power they have, they're like, man, Doomsday Zuko, the Destroyer, and Zuko, our Zuko, is more powerful than anyone. So, and then Ochako finally decided, or actually Bakugo, I forgot this part in the beginning, where Zuko tells, or no, actually Bakugo tells Ochako, they were actually pretending to date. So that so Zuko ends up, I know this is going to be a long, like super long what if thing, but I'm turning it into a movie, so yeah, full movie. And yeah, long ways to go home movie. So yeah. So Chaco ends up finally, like, after, so the next day, she finally confessed her feelings to Zuko, actually. And so, Inko, Asashi, when they were, watching, and Sashi was a little bit shocked that someone, or his own son, had this much power, and they could not believe it. So then Zuko, so Inko was like, man, we need to bring him back into this family and have communication with him. Yeah. So then everybody, or his parents, looked for him, even went to the class or school. Ezuka was still in the pocket universe because he was feeding his daughter. And Nezu says, your daughter is going to be going to UA. I know she's probably at the age of 15. And Zuko, looks at Nezu, she's 4. And when he said that to Nezu's like, oh, she looks like 15. No, she's the age of 4. Actually. Yeah, so then so then Zuko, Asashi and Inko sees Zuko, as they are wondering, who's that young girl right next to him? But, yeah. So then, he says, come on, I'll show you where classroom is at. As he shows, because they put her in class 1B. Or actually in class 1A, because student and then thing. So Inko and Sashi finally meets Zuko after all these years. And yeah. So Zuko, oh yeah. Please wait. I just had to burp real quick. Okay, now I'm back. Okay. So yeah. So Sashi tells Zuko that he's happy to see him back. And Inko was like, yeah, after we heard that there was an alternate version of you, and that was what we watched. Huh? So, yeah, so Zuko tells them that, like, are you two still mad at me for, like, quirkless? No, we're not mad. But as he tells them that the quirk doctor lied by that. Really? What is your quirk? It's similar to Zooming's. As he only used his sister's name because he's been so separated from them, like, that he doesn't even know who he is or his own sister is. So Inko was like, but he doesn't want to repeat himself, so that's what. So he wasn't just a overpowered dude. He was broken overpowered, like busted one. Like, he's so powerful that even, like, so as his daughter was about to eat the stone head, as he says, Destroyer, get your butt over here. As the Zuko, or so Inko and Sashi were like, we want you back in the family. Okay. No arguments from me. And plus, then Ingo says, and who's this young girl? As the Destroyer says, I'm the Destroyer. Here. Name. I'm his daughter. Yeah, that's true. As they can't believe that Zuko had a daughter in her that was named Destroyer and all that stuff. So when Zuko explains everything to them, so I'm not going to repeat it because of time. So yeah. So Ochaku gets married, or so time skip to the future, and Ochaku gets married to Zuko, and so and then so she's not just marrying to one Zuko, she's also married, because in Doomsday Zuko version, or in that Doomsday Zuko alternate one, Ochako, Doomsday Zuku's Ochako was also married to Zuku, the Doomsday Zuku. And yeah, it's like it's like a mirror one. So, yeah. So then with all that stuff out of the way, and plus Ochako had her own child because Zuku, so the destroyer was the Zuku's daughter, and she was like she was born from a quirk, and yeah, so Ochako ends up having her own kid with yeah. And I will leave it up to your imagination of what kid's name would it be. Tell me in the comments below, and have a good night or day, depending on the time zones. And sorry this video was super long because I wanted to add some details. Because instead of saying the same thing over and over and over again, to make it unique, you know what I mean. So, yeah, peace out, Cub Scouts, and peace.